students, welcome in our new video of class 7th SST Geography. Students, we were in chapter 2nd, our Earth first, and in that we were in discussion of how many types of rocks are there, and we have been learned that there are three types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. If we see about today's topic, so today's topic is functioning of the rock cycle. Before I explain this topic, I want to say that these all rocks have been changed or have been in changing with each other according to or any some reason of weather or any other reasons were there, by whom they were changed and they are formed in each other forms, and that is called rock cycle. As we know, magma, if we see in this graph and picture, if you see magma, after cooling of magma it becomes igneous rocks, and after weathering and erosion of igneous rocks it becomes sediments, and after gathering and cooling of gathering of sediments become sedimentary rocks, and after heat and pressure sediment rocks also become metamorphic rock, and if we see after heat and pressure igneous rock also becomes metamorphic rocks. So if we see the hard crystalline in structure, if we see that is metamorphic, hard than both of first two types. So this rock cycle maintains that under some certain conditions of heat and pressure, one type of rock changes into another type in a cyclic manner. This change of rocks from one type to another is called rock cycle. So students, what is rock cycle? Due to some heat and pressure, due to out heat and pressure, these rocks change their forms, in another type of rocks, including these three rocks. So that is rock cycle. And we see the rock cycle indicates the relationship between igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. You see on the picture how the relationship of these three various rocks is explained here. And if I explain verbally, so you have to understand. First, magma forms, from volcanic eruptions, magma comes out, and when it cools, it becomes igneous rocks. Okay, students, igneous in Latin word we see, in Greek or Latin words we see, in meaning of igneous, that is fire. Okay, what is exact in Latin? Okay, so in Latin, igneous means fire. So the collection and the cooling of fire of magma, that is igneous rocks, and after erosion or weathering of igneous rocks, it becomes sedimentary rocks. First it becomes sediments, then after gathering of sediments it becomes sedimentary rocks, and after that we see in heat and pressure, both, if we give heat and pressure to both rocks, igneous or you see sedimentary, both rocks will become metamorphic rocks if they both get heat and pressure. So this is the relationship between of them. And if we see in simple matter, you can understand magma after cooling becomes igneous rocks, and igneous after melting become magma also. So this is interconnecting chain. And we see sediments. So after weathering and erosion of igneous rocks, it becomes sediments, and after gathering of sediments it becomes sedimentary rocks, and after heat and pressure of sedimentary rocks it becomes metamorphic rocks. And you see also here these metamorphic rocks after heat and pressure it also becomes magma, or after weathering. So students, if we see in book, what is the functioning of the rock cycle? Hot and molten magma on cooling forms igneous rocks. So this hot and molten magma forms igneous rocks, and after that Igneous rocks are broken down into small particles. These small particles that we call sediments, which are transported and deposited, forming sedimentary rocks. And after transformation and deposition of these sedimentary rocks, these sediments, it becomes sedimentary rocks. And students, if you see, on being subjected to heat and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks change into metamorphic rocks. And after heat and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks become metamorphic rocks. And we see under great heat and pressure, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks are melted down to form molten magma. So if we see, this is first form, this is harder form of igneous, and this is hardest form of igneous. If we see, metamorphic, and after melting of this in great heat and pressure, this sedimentary and metamorphic becomes and change in molten magma. That means, in liquid form of magma. And we see this magma again cools down and form igneous rocks. And after melting of sedimentary and metamorphic, it becomes magma. And after the cooling of magma, firstly it becomes igneous rocks. So that is why this is a cycle of rocks. This is chain of rocks weathering, and that's why we say the functioning of rock cycle, and that is rock cycle. And students, if you see, importance of rocks. What is importance of rock? Rocks are made up of different minerals. These minerals are used as fuels such as coal, natural gas, and petroleum in different industries such as iron, aluminum, gold, uranium, medicine, and fertilizer industries. So these rocks have minerals, and that minerals are used in factories, companies, and some other experiments. And if you see, and elements and minerals or metals are there, iron, aluminum, gold, uranium, and in some medicine use also that rocks have been used. And if you see, that rocks have been also used in some fertilizer or manure use in or agriculture or cultivation. Okay, they also have been used in fertilizer. So rocks are useful to us in large number of ways. If we see, these rocks are useful for us, and what are the usefulness of that rocks? We see rocks are used in the construction of roads and building houses. If we see infrastructure, these rocks are being used for make roads and buildings. Metals can be extracted from the rocks, and as you know, these old metals are extracted or taken from rocks, and the rocks from which a metal can be extracted profitably form its ore. So firstly, as you see, science, so the rocks which metal extracted some metal or gives some metal, that metals founded in form of ores. What are ores? Ores are oxide of any metal, means that metal are with oxygen. So students, that ore has been taken from that rocks, and by that ore we can make that metals. So hematite is an ore of iron, and bauxite is an ore of aluminium. So these two rocks or metals in rocks are founded, like aluminium, and we see hematite and bauxite. Hematite is ore of iron. So by heating of hematite we can find iron, and like that bauxite is ore of aluminium. By heating bauxite we can find aluminium. So aluminium is ore of bauxite is ore of aluminium, and hematite is an ore of iron. And if we see, some rocks form sources of fertilizers. For example, phosphate rocks provide phosphates, and then there are some rocks who provide some fertilizers, like phosphate rocks is although in his condition is a fertilizer, because from that phosphate rocks we found phosphates which use in agriculture as a fertilizer. So we see rocks are used to make jewelry from metals such as silver and gold. diamond, the hardest mineral, is also used to make jewelry. So if you see some ore of rocks, some metals founded from rocks like iron and gold and silver, and these all used for ornaments and metals. And sometime diamond is the hardest mineral, also used to make jewelry. So these all ores and metals are founded from rocks. Rocks are used as an abrasive material in hand soaps. So if you see in hand soaps, we use soaps for bathing purpose. So in soaps also some kind of rocks have been used, and they used for abrasive material. That means that material should not be melted easily. So it increases density of that soap. So some rocks are used also there. Rocks are used to make ceramic ware using clay, which is a type of rock. So sometime we use that rocks to make clay, to make infrastructure building, to construct brick each one upon each other. So that clay is made sometime by that rocks. And sometimes if you see terrace making of terrace of your house, if you see, it makes by molting some rocks and weathering some rocks, and after collection of that weatherings and that concretes, we conclude that all rocks terrace, and after cooling it becomes harder and stable for all time. So we see so many uses are there of rocks. And if you see in activity, collect pictures of the historical monuments of India, find out what kinds of rocks were used to build them. It is very important in the activity, students. In this video, it is homework of you. You have to collect the pictures of 5 historical monuments of India. Monuments means handmade monuments like Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, and Jama Masjid, and all monuments which are popular in India. You have to name 5 historical monuments, and you have to find out there which rocks have been used in that monument. This is your homework. And students, if you see in checkpoint, so it can be in homework, classify these rocks into igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Students, you have to also find out that given checkpoint of page number 17, coal, granite, obsidian, marble, slate, basalt, gypsum, quartzite, chalk. So we have to classify. This also is given in your book. You can find out if you try. Otherwise, if there is some searches, you can search also. But it is also given in your book. So do these 2 homework, checkpoint and activity. And if you see the summary of this lesson, the earth is made of 3 layers. Okay, crust, upper layer, mantle, middle layer, and core, that is innermost layer. And if you see, the earth crust is made up of different types of rocks. These rocks contain different minerals. There are 3 types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. The process by which one type of rocks change to another is known as rock cycle, which we today discussed in today's video. And if you see, there are the process, rocks are useful to us in many ways. For example, we get metals from the rock. So if we see, the most important use of that rocks are, we find metals from that rocks, which is very useful in our day-to-day life. And if you see I discover of your chapter, cut an onion into halves. We will see that there are different layers inside the onion. Now compare this with your learned about the different layers of the earth. You will clearly be able to observe the similarities. So we have also discussed in previous video that if you cut the onion, the layer of that onion is similar as the layer of our earth. So you will be able to understand the inner part of our earth. If you see, I think and I reflect, India is a mineral-rich country. What are the economic advantages of being a mineral-rich country? So, as you know, mineral is composite form of metals or matters, and by that forms, minerals are very useful. So, India is a mineral-rich country. So, you have to understand what are the economic advantages, because minerals are costly. They sold out in high rate, high prices. By that we are a rich country. And if you see link chemistry from the rocks around us are different colors, find out why they are different colors, if they are linked between the chemical nature of rock and its colors. So we see different types of rocks and different colors of them. We have to find out what are the characteristics by which we can find out which rocks are there and why those colors are there. We have to do that. If you see, I observe, you must have seen marble floors, limestone chains into marble, find out how this happens. So this I can explain. If you see limestone, that is, calcium carbonate, so it changes in marble. And a quarry is an open excavation or a pit from which minerals are extracted by digging, blasting and cutting. Do you think quarrying is harmful to the environment? Justify your answer. So students, there is important thing to know. In India, there are so many regions which having so many minerals, but government is not doing, there is word quarry. Quarry means digging out that minerals and to make out them. So in India it is in less condition, because government stops that, because government doesn't want that minerals will deducted or reduced from earth, because that minerals are the power and source of our earth, and you can understand by that minerals plant grows more and more, and the herbs and shrubs are used in grow, and because there is mineral in the earth. So that is why government is very keen to stop that quarrying or reduction or excavation of that minerals. So students, you have to understand this one. Kitchen waste is used to produce biogas. Biogas is an environment friendly natural source of energy. Conduct a research to find out biogas is produced. So this is also in homework, students, how biogas is found. So in today's video we discuss this chapter. In next video we will come with our chapter 3rd, our earth, part 2. Okay students, till then have a nice day. Thank you.